on our lives, our families, our friends, the planet, and the future. One of these, one thing with this alignment, it gives us the true possibility in assisting and making lasting positive change, and just like on a personal level, on a global level, we have the ability to expand bigger than we ever thought we could before. So think about it. So think about Oprah and think about what she's given us, what she continues to give us, and opening the stage for, giving us our best life, which she has accomplished that, which is an Aquarian task to rule the masses. And we think about Bob Marley, who beckoned us to get up, stand up, and fight for our rights. So think about what you can do with the restlessness of this Aquarian cycle over the next 30 days. How can you engage in personal power to create a major change for yourself, for your family, or for your community, or even for the world? Support this auspicious time by thinking outside the box. Detach from the past. Ask yourself the question, am I following my inner wisdom? Am I following my intuition? Where can I share my knowledge? Where can I share my wisdom? Where can I support someone less than me? How can I collaborate with spirit to enhance my life and to get on point with my mission, to get on point with my purpose? Now's the time to take note of reoccurring messages and dreams and guidance that spirit has given you, and make a list of where you would like to expand your life, where you would like to grow, where you would like to step up. To gain greater success at this time, we must trust our intuition to guide and open the pathway to abundance and success, and understand that change is here, change is now, and we are that change. So get up, stand up, fight for positive change in your life with the understanding of infinite possibilities, using unconventional ideas with spiritual truth and conscious disruption of the status quo. Remember, we get up very early to represent Dominique and the Front Page family, and we all stand for educating the masses, sharpening and sharing and going deeper into insight, wisdom, courage, and expansive perspective of truth and justice. So stand in the power of the truth that we share here at the Front Page, and understand that you have a purpose and a mission. We'll use this Aquarian energy, stand up and do something. Our third eye Thursday affirmation this week is, today I allow myself to know the truth and to trust my union to all things. I allow myself to feel the love of Father, Mother, God all around me. I willingly accept God's light, shining clarity and truth. Here and now, I choose to live in divine right action, allowing love to release me from the past. I can say to unconditionally, without judgment, receive grace, a new life, a new truth here and now. I open myself to enjoy the miracles of God with grace and ease. I can reach for workshops, parties, private consultations, sound baths, and yoga. And this week we have a yoga and sound bath class at Trinity Health and Wellness. That's 8474 West 3rd Street, 10 to 11:30 on Saturday. And you can also check my schedule at my website, saharaoutlook.com, or call 213-628-9783.
You know what, Sahara? I love that sound bath yoga class. I got to go to it a couple times. It's so much fun. Get to do some yoga, nothing super, super hardcore, but enough to, get yourself right for the weekend. And then the sound bath is just so relaxing and cleansing. And so, family, if you need something to get yourself on your next 21 days of purpose and, and focus, I definitely would suggest you stop by Dr. Noel Reed's spot, where Sahara Ali will be doing the yoga sound bath this weekend. Really great class.
Thank you.
And what else was I going to tell you? Oh, Sahara Ali, we said that we were going to, the readings were so popular that we did Third Eye Thursday readings all day, that we said we were going to do it maybe once a month. And you and I yesterday conspired to do it the day before Valentine's Day, because a lot of people want to talk to Saki when they're going through it. On Valentine's. I don't know why we put so much on Valentine's Day, but we're going to do that, right? The Thursday, the 13th of February. So folks are looking, if they missed the 2 weeks of readings at the beginning of the year, they can get another chance to try it.
Yeah, and February is right around the corner. I was like, oh my goodness.
I know. Good thing it's a leap year. We've got an extra day. Sahar Ali, thank you so much for giving us so much insight and inspiration every single Thursday morning.
Thank you, Dominic, and thank you, KJLH Front Page family on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Indeed, 4:49 in the morning. Let's hit the 24-hour news cycle.
And now, headlines for higher minds. A front page news brief with Dominique DePrimo.
It's the 23rd of January already, 2020. Jumbo, that means hello. Here are the headlines. Florida Representative Val Demings, a House manager during the Senate impeachment trial against President Donald Trump, joined the View on Wednesday morning, saying that Donald Trump and his lawyers are turning the whole thing into a circus. Val Demings is the former Orlando police chief. She's the first woman in history ever to have been chosen for impeachment manager at a trial, and she's also one of the first African Americans ever to do so. She says the American people deserve to see a fair trial, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure they get one. Her law enforcement background coming into play during the trial, and she says President Trump did not take these extreme steps to hide evidence of his innocence or to protect the institution of the presidency. As a law enforcement career officer, I've never seen anyone take such extreme steps to hide evidence allegedly proving his innocence. That's from ABC. The Attorney General for Washington, D.C., filing a lawsuit on Wednesday alleging President Trump's inaugural committee abused nonprofit funds by overpaying for event space at, wait for it, the president's Washington hotel for events around his 2017 inauguration. D.C. Attorney General Carl Racine following the suit against the 58th Presidential Inaugural Committee, the Trump Organization, and the Trump International Hotel. That's on CNN. The contamination of U.S. drinking water with man-made forever chemicals is far worse than previously estimated, with some of the highest levels found in Miami, Philadelphia, and New Orleans. That's according to a report released this week by an environmental watchdog group. The chemicals resistant to breaking down in the environment are known as PFAs and have been linked to cancers, liver damage, low birth weight, and other health problems. That's from Reuters.com. More than 1 out of 3 times that an LAPD officer used force in recent months involved a person experiencing homelessness. According to a new LAPD report, the Los Angeles Times writing that during the third quarter of 2019, officers used force on homeless people 217 times. It's a 26% increase from the same period in 2018. LAPD Homeless Coordinator Donald Graham saying the growing homeless population and an uptick in crimes committed by and against homeless people could be the reason for this. Crimes against homeless people and those crimes against homeless people, those with a homeless victim, increased 19% last year. The LA County Board of Supervisors Tuesday approving the installation of 30 trailers in South LA to provide temporary housing for homeless families. The trailers, which were proposed by Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas, will be funded by the executive order issued by California Governor Gavin Newsom. In a separate motion by Supervisor Hilda Solis, the board voting to bid on the about-to-be-closed St. Vincent Medical Center in downtown LA and turn that into housing for people experiencing homelessness. In sports, the Lakers beat the Knicks 192. Clippers fall to the Hawks 102-95. Tonight, the Lakers take on the Nets. And it's going to be a little bit warmer today. Highs in the low 70s. Right now, 51 degrees in the city of Inglewood. Our Swahili word of the day, Zawadi. It means reward. Zawadi. I'm Dominique Freeman for Radio Free 102.3 KJLH and kjlhradio.com. And it's time to check our money. It's always time to check our money. But we can do better. We can do more. And for single moms in particular, this can be quite a challenge. So I want to tell you about something going on that can help us with that. It's called Smart Mommy, Smart Money. It's a financial empowerment Congress going on this week. And we have a financial expert here to have a little mini seminar right here in the studio. We are talking with Alicia Dunhams. She is live in studio. Thank you for waking up early with us, Miss Dunhams, and sharing your expertise. She is an author and an abundance coach.
Yes.
I need you to move into my house. Good morning.
I love that. Yes, abundance is a mindset. Thank you for having me here.
You know, it's funny you say that because some of my friends, I'm not going to call out any names, but some of my friends that are serious, like financial advisors, wealth managers, tell me we do too much of this, airy-fairy, focus on what you want, not what you don't want, visualize abundance. They say we need to get down to the, brass tacks of keeping our money right. But it sounds like you found sort of a happy medium here.
Yes, it's a both and that we get to have the mindset of wealth and financial abundance and what we want to create in our life, and we get to get down to the numbers. Because when it comes down to finance, what matters is measured, and what is measured matters. And so we get to be really up to date and intentional about our finances. And we also get to, visualize what we want to create in terms of the life that we want, the house that we want, the experiences that we want for our family. And that's why I'm really excited about the Smart Money Financial Empowerment Conference that is happening this Saturday in Marina Del Rey, because when it comes to single moms, about 1 in 3 children are living with a single mom or single parent, while it's 40% of all Black children are living with a single mom, while 23% of Hispanic children live with a single mom, and 13% of white children are doing the same. This is according to a Pew Research study.
Good source, credible source. And Single Mom Planet, is the organization that's, putting this together that you're working with. And I love the organization because the Single Mom Planet has a different, a spin on the single mom situation, and it's more realistic to where we really are. Yes, there are lots of single moms that are, super, are struggling, but there's a lot of single moms that are doing great things and that are really, moving their families forward. And I feel like Single Mom Planet is focused on helping us all to be those moms.
Yes, that's what I love about Single Moms Planet and the founder, Nefertari. She attracts women like myself. I've been a sponsor of Single Moms Planet, and Nefertari is actually here in the studio today.
Yes, she is. Hi, Nefertari.
And so I've been the primary caregiver and financial provider for my daughter, who's now 18 years old. So I feel like, I made it to the other side. And so one of the things that I did, being a single mother who did not receive financial support from the father of my child. And so it's an interesting thing because we do play with words during this conference. We'll be talking about money mindset as well, because if you are a single mom, are you really indeed a single mom, or are you a divorced mom? So a divorced mom is someone who receives some sort of spousal support. If that's the case, again, it has to be case by case basis. Single mom is really women who do not receive any support.
That are doing it on their own.
They're doing it on their own. So it's an important distinction. And then even when we do visual board parties during Single Moms Planet events, we had one of our members say, I'm not a single mom. I'm a mom who is currently single. So again, removing the identifiers in terms of being intentional with your language. And so with Smart Money Financial Empowerment Conference, we're going to really tackle the hard facts that nearly 4 in 10 single mothers worldwide are at high risk of financial hardship, which makes it really a mindset issue, a psychological issue, a wellness issue. Because when you are in scarcity, financial scarcity, not paying your bills, living paycheck to paycheck, you're really not operating in the most optimal part of your brain. You're more in survival scarcity.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Versus more thinking about the vision, your family, empowerment. And so it's transitioning women out of that fight, flight, or freeze into abundance thinking. And to the point of your financial advisor friends and mentors, yes, it's both and. So it's important to have a financial advisor. It's important to come to conferences like this. It's important to ensure that you have life insurance, for example, for your child, that you have a will in place, that your child knows where your will is. I had this conversation.
Right, yeah.
I had this conversation with my daughter, and I have a little notebook. It's like, okay, here's all the details. The will. Here is the here's my financial life insurance person to call with the number in case something happens to me.
It's Radio Free 102.3 KJLH, Compton, Los Angeles, Long Beach, and Inglewood. And right now we're on Instagram Live, by the way. Radio Free KJLH is where we are on all of the social media, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You can find me at Deprima Radio, Viprima Radio. Right now we're streaming, so you can actually see me and Alicia Dunhams as we try to get it together here to help us all get it together. And I think it's so interesting that you are a single mom, which by your definition is a mom raising her kid without help from the dad, financial help, and that you're an abundance coach, because I think most people think of single moms as being, as you say, in survival mode. I mean, you're beautiful, obviously you haven't done what some single moms do, or maybe all of us sometimes do, which is not taking care of ourselves and, kind of sacrificing ourselves on the altar of everything for the kids. And you've been able to cultivate this abundance mindset enough to the point where you're able to share it with others.
Yes, I actually coach women on abundance mindset, and I'm also a business coach, and I'm an entrepreneur. So I've been an entrepreneur actually as long as my daughter's been alive. So I knew that when I had my daughter, that especially I had Izzy when I was up in Sacramento, and a lot of people during that time, this was 18 years ago, this was during the whole Silicon Valley, and people were driving to San Francisco a couple hours each way, and I just said, I don't want to do that. So I said, I got to figure this out. And what I did was I started a business, and I really didn't know what I was doing, and I've stumbled. And with my knees knocking and my armpits sweating, I've stumbled through 18 years, and so it's and I also feel, and I even though I have support from the father, my mom and dad definitely supported me. So we definitely get to give a shout out to all of those who are there, who watch our kids, who are there for us emotionally, who are there for us, financially and supporting us. And for me, my give back to my daughters to see that, hey, you can do it yourself and you don't have to do it yourself. And so again, going to that both and, because if we, everyone in the Single Moms Planet organization has a different story. And that's what we want to listen to. We all have different stories. And I think entrepreneurship is a great way. I mean, there's a lot of women who have a 9 to 5, and a 5 to 9.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, to me, and I don't want to go off on a tangent, but that's one of the reasons why I say marriage is a better deal for the man. Because most of the time we're still doing all the housework and all of the child rearing, and we have a job. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I digress. So I think what you're saying is important because as moms, not only do we, as single moms or divorced moms, keep things going financially to keep the household afloat, keep the lights on, we also teach our kids financial habits. So what we model affects both men and women and what they'll teach their children. So this is, going to a smart money, smart mom seminar is actually something that affects both genders.
Well, exactly. The whole mindset, languaging thing. Instead of saying, I can't afford that, say, I choose not to buy that at this time.
Yeah, I taught myself to say it's not in my budget. Since I didn't plan to buy that, and it's not in my budget, it's not that I get, like you said, you could afford it, just sell your car, but is that what you want to do?
It's all based on your values. Right. Absolutely, it's all based on your values. And if you truly want something, working hard, or maybe in the reframe, as we just talked about, is I choose not to give it at that time.
So why is that important though, rather than I can't afford it?
Because what you think about comes about. What you say, you create. It's the power of the spoken word. And so when we say I can't afford it, we're coming from a place of victim. We're coming from a place of scarcity and survival. It's I choose not to. It's that it's an intentional choice, or I choose to purchase that at a different time. And then having, so it's the having the visualization board, and then also the financial plan. And so if you have a 9 to 5 job, I just said, you can have a 9 to 5 and a 5 to 9. I know a lot of women who are transitioning, having a 9 to 5 and then having some sort of side hustle to generate revenue. But this is some serious stuff, because the Pew Research Center found that 30% of single moms and their families are living in poverty. And you were just having a news story about the homeless population. I mean,
Yeah.
we see it all around us, driving through Los Angeles every day. And so I don't want to underestimate the stress. I don't want to make it sound like it's just all,
Yeah,
what you say you create, and I'll put it on my visualization board and it's going to pop, it's going to happen. It requires the hard work. It requires the difficult conversations. It requires that 9 to 5 and 5 to 9 sometimes. It requires a community like Single Moms Planet to come together, where you have the support system to hold the intention with you. We don't have to do it all alone.
We'll take a break right here, but we'll take your phone calls for Alicia Denham's 520-KJLH, 520-5554. Total Talk Expression. It's radio free, 102.3. Oh, we're on Instagram Live. KJLH. Hey, Instagram.
It's time to get up. It's the front page. Front page. Radio free, 102.3. KJLH.
Announcing a giant used car sale at Worthington Ford with over 600 vehicles on sale, and everyone is under warranty. Plus, get a 10-day trial exchange included with your purchase. Pick a car, drive it 10 days, and make sure you like it. Choose from the largest selection in town. Find a car you love and drive it home with just $95 down. That's right, any car on the lot, new or used, and $95 down is all it takes. Hundreds of lenders, including their own finance company, to get you financed. They own the bank, so they can finance anyone they want to. With over 600 vehicles on sale, and everyone is under warranty. Plus, get a 10-day trial exchange included with your purchase. Pick a car, pick a truck, drive it 10 days, and make sure you like it. This is a giant used car sale going on now at Worthington Ford in Long Beach. Huge selection, huge savings, right off the 405 freeway, Bellflower Boulevard in Long Beach. And they're open until midnight.
Listen up. I just read that additional money is available through Covered California to help lower the cost of health insurance. Even if you didn't qualify in the past, it's possible you could now. And for those of you already getting help, you could get even more. You heard it right. They have more money this year, and more people than ever before could qualify. And for you last-minute people, don't sleep on this. Visit coveredca.com today, because the last day to enroll is January 31st.
Hi, this is Michael Joseph. When I started New Birth Builders, I moved from one level to the next, providing home improvement products to my kjlh family for over 14 years. We at New Birth Builders have quality products and affordable services for our kjlh family. Our high-performance, energy-efficient, noise-reduction vinyl windows and patio doors come with an outstanding warranty. We only offer high-quality products for our roofing systems. Our waterproof, heat-reflected exterior coating that goes on your stucco and wood trim is the best you can find. You have a warranty as long as you live in your house against chipping, flaking, and peeling. You will never have to paint your stucco or wood trim again. We fix up all stucco and wood trim prior to applying the exterior coating. 100% financing available, including the County PACE program and traditional loans. If we can't get you approved, no one can. Call me, Michael Joseph, at 866-750-8011. That's 866-750-8011. Or you can go to newbirthbuilders.com. That's newbirthbuilders.com.
Coming to the Redondo Beach Performing Arts Center, a pre-Valentine's Day show, Saturday, February the 8th, featuring Bloodstone. The incomparable Mr. Oh, Lenny Williams. Enchantment. And New Birth. Such a long time. And special guest Sophia. Tickets on sale now at jimsbenefitconcert.org or by calling 310-673-7373. Los Angeles, this is Guy Black. I'm the host of the show. We're going to have fun. Saturday, February the 8th at the Redondo Beach Performing Arts Center featuring Bloodstone, Lenny Williams, Enchantment, New Birth, and special guest
Miss Seville. Get booed up and get your tickets on sale now at jimsbenefitconcert.org or call 310-673-7373. That's 310-673-7373. This event is brought to you by Andrews Educational Research. Hey, listen up, LA County residents. We're letting you know the 2020 presidential primary election will be soon. And this time around, LA County is offering a completely new voting experience. It'll make it easier for everyone to vote. Check out these exciting changes. There'll be 11 consecutive days of voting. That's right, 11. Starting Saturday, February 22nd through Tuesday, March 3rd. You will now have the complete freedom to vote at any voting center within Los Angeles County. Close to home, work, shopping mall, wherever is convenient for you.
And it gets better. Thanks to the new LA County fully accessible ballot marking device, casting your paper ballot has never been easier. Literally anyone can do it.
You can read and mark your ballot in 13 languages, increasing the font size with the adjustable touchscreen. You can even listen to your ballot on your headphones. To learn more about what's new and to register to vote before the February 18th deadline, go to lavote.net. That's lavote.net.
Hey, have you been thinking of getting a new car but don't have enough down payment? Then come on down to Hawthorne Auto Square's annual Drive Now and Pay Later with your tax refund sale going on right now. You can even have your taxes filed here on the spot. How convenient is that? And check this out. All cars come with a free warranty, 6 months of zero interest payments toward your new ride, and payments starting at only $199. Good credit, bad credit, repo, we don't care. It's our job to get you driving. This is your year, so start off right and invest in yourself by getting the car you need. Plus, with over 500 cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock, you'll definitely find the one that says, hey, this is so me. So if this is your year, call now at 310-906-4889. That's 310-906-4889. Or drive down to Hawthorne Auto Square, located in the city of Palm, right off the 105 freeway, exiting Prairie Avenue.
Payments based on approved credit and approved estimate.
Did you know that cars and trucks are the largest source of pollution in LA County? Exposure to elevated levels of vehicle pollution can contribute to asthma, heart disease, and other health problems. You can help make a difference. Improve public health and the environment by ride sharing. Ride sharing is using any form of transportation other than driving alone. This includes walking, bicycling, public transit, light rail, carpools, and van pools. Ride sharing saves money, saves time, and ride sharing saves lives.
Rideshare, because we care. Go to kjlhradio.com for more information. That's kjlhradio.com.
If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. If you like it hot, pull up a chair. It's the front page on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH and DominiqueCaprima.com.
Wake up in the morning, take a picture of my hand, take it with me, thank you, man. I gotta go, away to go. I gotta give it to me now. I gotta go, away to go.
Radio Free 102.3 KJLH. We're speaking with Alicia Denos. Sorry about the mispronunciation of your name. She's an author. She's a financial coach, abundance coach, and she's part of the Single Moms Planet, which is having an incredible Smart Mommy, Smart Money Financial Empowerment Conference. It's Saturday at the Riveter in Marina Del Rey. What a lineup! I mean,
What a lineup. We have panelists include Michelle Avon of Merrill Lynch. We have famed entrepreneur Travis Levinsky, who's founder of Lex Watches, and TV personality and entrepreneur Jessica Hall, to name a few. So, I mean, we're coming at it at different ends. We're coming at it from the financial planning side, advising. We're coming at it from the entrepreneur side, because you know what? When it comes down to finances, you want to spend less, and spend less than you make, obviously. But then, what does it look like to make more? That's what we're talking about. So
the only way to thrive is you've either got to spend less or make more, or
yes, both.
Which would be
Actually, that's the ideal. Is how can you have the least amount of overhead and then make more? Because when you make more, then you have time
to spend with your kids, because I know a lot of single moms. I was in an Uber, and this woman had three jobs: worked at the airport, Ubered, did something else, and that could feel really heavy on our hearts if we're not spending time with our kids. And we're all doing the best we can. And so, what does it look like? So that's why a lot of women maybe work at night. I know what I did at the beginning is I would work at night while my daughter was
Wow.
sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, that's the story of most single moms, even some that aren't single, because affording LA is more than a notion. Christina, good morning. Welcome.
And Queen, I thank you for this conversation you're having this morning. Um, my husband passed, and unfortunately, 5 years ago, when I got his retirement, all this money and stuff, um, I went to a spending thing, stuff with everybody. Everybody's coming at for money. So right now, my finances suck. So right now, where my head is, I can't do it back then. I can't change it. I'm trying to redo it. So how do I start to redo? What do I do? I'm 65, 65, and I'm thinking I want to start all over with getting my finances back. And where do I start? What do I do? Is it too late? About bankruptcy?
Well,
Or
Okay, we got the question. Let's get some answers.
Yeah, it's never too late. So again, we get to start with the mindset first.
Okay.
It can feel overwhelming to be drowning in debt and spending. So you really want to look at what made me. So what was it really? What made me spend that way? Was it grief? Was it feelings of unworthiness? And so when we overeat, when we overspend, there's something deeper going on. And so you want to get to the root of the matter. What is really going on for me? And so that's where community comes in. That's where talking it out comes in. That's where mindfulness, meditation comes in. And so when you have a whole bunch of debt, how do you eat an elephant? One spoonful at a time. Call all of your credit card companies. See what's the lowest that they can get you in terms of your percentage rate. Ask for, I mean, you can always ask for ways to break up payments. You can even work with utility companies, businesses, and see, hey, how can I have some sort of payment plan with you? The thing is to be preemptive, to be upfront, is to talk to people before you go into default.
Yeah, well, and at her age of 65, if she has a lot of debt, she might not consider bankruptcy, right? I mean, Marie Dirio says if it's more than you're ever going to pay off in your entire life, being the minimum, then you might consider a bankruptcy.
Yes, and I know that's when you would contact a bankruptcy expert.
Yeah, a lawyer, yeah, for sure. Thanks for your call, Christina.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. So, what can we expect tomorrow? Who's going? Who should be thinking about going? I mean, I'm looking at this lineup and I'm listening to you, and I'm wishing I could go. I have to. I have another event here in Inglewood, but I'm saying tomorrow because I'm wishing it was Friday. But really, it's Saturday. You know.
It is Saturday, and attendees will enjoy fireside chats. We have panels led by executives in the financial, business, health, and wellness sectors, as well as giveaways, networking, and lunch. And guess what? It's complimentary. And so, whether you are a single mom, divorced mom, had a mom through adoption, I mean, that's the thing. Nefertari shares. It's like it's completely inclusive. It's for moms who are doing it on their own. And so we invite everyone to come along. So you can go to the website at singlemomsplanet.com to get a complimentary ticket, and I would do so as soon as possible because we will sell out.
So it's free, but you got to get a ticket because once it sells out, they can't fit any more people in.
Exactly.
So singlemomsplanet.com?
Singlemomsplanet.org.
.org. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And it's at the Riveter, but yeah, get a ticket. And you know what? It starts what time?
Yeah, so it starts at 10 a.m. and it goes till 1. And you do want to either carpool or Uber or Lyft. It is a $15 parking fee if you want to avoid that. Because again, us moms, we get to save money.
Right. It's being mindful, thinking ahead so we don't go, oh man, $15.
Yeah,
Then get on the bike.
$15.
Take your bike. Take the train, doggone it.
Take the train, bus, bicycle.
That's
Love
good
it.
stuff. So Alicia, what would you leave us with this morning in terms of like what you've certainly been successful. You seem like you'd be a great role model for a lot of single moms. You're an author, successful author, financial abundance coach, where would you tell us to start? What would you kind of, I'm sure you talk to a lot of people and there's things that you just wish we would stop doing or start doing.
Yes, and poverty is a mindset. And so it's a mindset plus the circumstances, and they feed into each other. My message to you is that you're bigger than your circumstances. And the first place to start is with your mindset. That when you have an abundant mindset, and again, it's not like I'm going to have an abundant mindset. It is it's a moment by moment choice to decide I choose to, I am, I can. Being from that place is where you begin. And then I'm a big believer in faith. You get to pray and move your feet. Faith without works is dead, and you get to do the work. So if it's having two jobs, if it's starting a side hustle, you get to do that and join a community like Single Moms Planet to have the women and the resources to support you get it done.
So I love that what you said about the mindset taking work, because I find sometimes I pray, I meditate, I'm good, I worked out, I drink my water, and I'm good, and then 2 days later I'm like back in the slump, like, oh God, what's the use, And so it's like it's a constant thing, right?
It's a constant. Everything in life is maintenance. Everything in life is maintenance.
I love that.
Every moment in life you choose. I choose in this moment, and I appreciate you, Dominique, for acknowledging that, because that is, we could be like great for 2 days and then slump. Great, and is how can you maintain your mindset? How can you maintain those thoughts, those words, those things? How can you maintain that? And it's by the words you use first. So instead of saying I have to, say I get to. I get to go to work versus I have to go to work, meaning you have a job.
Right. So and so it's like you're conditioning your mind for
Creating
success.
neural pathways, essentially. It's gratitude. It's grounding yourself in gratitude. And for example, I have to do the dishes. Oh, really? You have to, or do you get to? I get to do the dishes
Because my water is on, I have soap, I had food to put on those plates to make them dirty.
Exactly. So you get to a place of gratitude that all of this, I mean, hello, Dominique, we woke up this morning.
Yes, we did.
We're all winning. We are all winning. So coming from that place of gratitude, and then starting from there, then it's not work. Then you're like excited, like you're at work. Oh, I'm going to go to my side hustle now, and then you have your kids involved. My daughter will be there tomorrow. It's like I've always and I've involved her in my work, in my business. I did a women's retreat this weekend. She was there. She was rolling up yoga mats and did a little bit of dishes. And so she sees the work behind the scenes. But when you're coming from a place of joy and gratitude, you're like peace.
Right. And I love the maintenance. All life is maintenance, because I always say, it's like sweeping your floor. You don't get to do it once and then it's forever clean. You have to keep doing it or the dust bunnies come back. And so I think that's kind of what you're saying about mindset. Well, I cleaned my house once back in 1983. And why is it dirty?
Exactly. and so it's a moment by moment choice. I get to in this moment.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming in this morning, and I think you just raised all of our vibration.
Woo,
Appreciate that.
yes.
It's really nice to meet you, Alicia. And we can find your books. I mean, we're all going to go to the seminar. This is going to be on kjlhradio.com. But we can find your books, and you where?
Yes, on Amazon.com. I have a book called I Get To, How Using the Right Words Can Radically Transform Your Life, Relationships, and Business.
I'm getting that. I get to get your book. Alicia Dunn, thank you so much for coming in. 5:23 in the morning. We'll be back. We're talking Africa when we return. Radio Free 102.3 KJLH and kjlhradio.com.
Walk like you're chosen. Select heads meet cool. The front page on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
KJLH Los Angeles, broadcasting live from the 1-800 The Law 2 studios.
Everyone should have health coverage. And starting in 2020, it's the law in California. If you're confused or not sure what to do, don't worry. Covered California is here to help. They can answer your questions and help find the coverage that's right for you. Plus, they're the only place you can get financial help to pay for your health insurance. And this year, more help is available than ever before. Don't pay a penalty when you could be covered. Visit coveredca.com to learn about your health plan options.
Did you know that cars and trucks are the largest source of pollution in LA County? Exposure to elevated levels of vehicle pollution can contribute to asthma, heart disease, and other health problems. You can help make a difference. Improve public health and the environment by ride sharing. Ride sharing is using any form of transportation other than driving alone. This includes walking, bicycling, public transit, light rail, carpools, and van pools. Ride sharing saves money, saves time, and ride sharing saves lives.
Rideshare, because we care. Go to kjlhradio.com for more information. That's kjlhradio.com.
Hey son, do you think you could come by and change my oil for me?
Change your oil? That's old school, Mom. Why don't you just take it to the shop?
The last time I took my car to the dealer, I felt like I was overcharged.
Just take your car to Lex Service. They specialize in fixing Lexus cars. Actually, their mechanics specialize in all Japanese cars. They even handle the service and maintenance on my Honda. These guys are honest. I actually found them on Yelp, and they got a 5-star rating, Mom. And that's a real big deal. They will discuss the repairs with you beforehand, too. I promise you'll be able to understand what's going on, and you won't feel taken advantage of. Before I had them work on my Honda, I did a price check with the dealer, and Lex Service was still cheaper. They even gave me a free loaner car, Mom, so I could get to work on time.
What time do they open?
7:30. But if you call in advance, they'll open up a little earlier for you. They even got free Wi-Fi in the waiting room. Plus, they got 2 locations, one in Cerritos and one in Torrance. You need to give them a call right now, Mom. 310-517-0294. Trust me on this one. These guys are legit. 310-517-0294.
Hey, have you been thinking of getting a new car but don't have enough down payment? Then come on down to Hawthorne Auto Square's annual Drive Now and Pay Later with Your Tax Refund sale going on right now. You can even have your taxes filed here on the spot. How convenient is that? And check this out. All cars come with a free warranty, 6 months of zero interest payments toward your new ride, and payments starting at only $199. Good credit, bad credit, repo, we don't care. It's our job to get you driving. This is your year, so start off right and invest in yourself by getting the car you need. Plus, with over 500 cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock, you'll definitely find the one that says, hey, this is so me. So if this is your year, call now at 310-906-4889. That's 310-906-4889. Or drive down to Hawthorne Auto Square, located in the city of Hawthorne, right off the 105 freeway, exiting Prairie Avenue.
Payments are based on approved credit and approved down payment.
Hi, this is gospel recording artist Nicholas Smith, and I'd like to tell you about my alma mater, Los Angeles Adventist Academy. Los Angeles Adventist Academy has been providing Christian education in the South Bay since 1923. Located at 846 East El Segundo Boulevard, right across the street from the beautiful Magic Johnson Park, Los Angeles Adventist Academy has preschool, kindergarten, and grades 1 through 8, and is fully accredited by the Western Association of Schools and Colleges. Los Angeles Adventist Academy provides a Christian-centered curriculum, a caring and dedicated staff, clean and safe environment, multicultural learning experiences, foreign language training in all grades, low student-teacher ratio, music and fine arts programs, and an affordable tuition. You can set up an appointment and enroll your child by calling 323-743-8818. 323-743-8818. That's 323-743-8818. Or visit our website at laadventistacademy.com. laadventistacademy.com. That's laadventistacademy.com.
Music Getaways presents the ultimate dream vacation.
So, Los Cabos.
April 26th to April 28th at the brand new all-inclusive 5-star Hard Rock Resort in Los Cabos, Mexico, featuring live performances from Charlie Wilson, Jenny Riley, and Blackstreet. Legacy, Rocky Devon, Frankie, and more to be announced. And don't miss an outside performance featuring Kevin. And more. Visit musicgetaways.com
Purchase your package now or call 424-529-9000. That's Music Getaways tonight. Or call 424-529-9000. Save $100 with promo code KJLH20.
Soul Fest, Los Cabos.
April 26th through 28th. This is an R&B Lovers Dream Vacation, so reserve your space now.
Are you having trouble getting approved for a car loan? You don't have to take the bus and you don't have to drive some old Jeep. Just come to Car World. Right now at Car World, you can drive off with nothing down and pay later with your tax refund. Plus, with our in-house financing, having bad credit or no credit is not a problem. Even if you had a recent repo, Car World is all about giving second chances. We'll get you approved so you can drive off with absolutely nothing down and pay later with your tax refund. It's that simple. Car World is unlike any dealership in LA. Since we're the bank that's financing your loan, we can get you approved in driving the cars you want even when you've been turned down. If Car World can't get you approved, then no one can. Come choose from over 700 vehicles, plus you get $1,000 for any trade-in guaranteed. Just call 855-504-4444. That's 855-580-4444. Come experience the world of difference when you buy your car at Car World. 855-580-4444. 855-580-4444.
Broadcasting from the KJLH 1-800 The Lawsuit Studios. If you're injured in an accident, get the power of our attorneys today. 1-800-843-5292.
Welcome back to the front page on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Radio Freedom, that's what we got. It's the front page. And busy day around here today. So, a lot of you may have heard about Year of Return. If you listen to this show, you probably have. Year of Return was marking 400 years. Of course, some people say, as Dr. Horn did on the show, that it's much more than that. But 400 years is when Ghana, the nation in West Africa, cited historically as when Africans were brought to this country. They asked African descended people from all over the diaspora to come home, and many of us did. Was it a movement or was it a moment? Is it a trendy thing or is it a is it a trend or is it an actual movement? That was the question we asked. As we know, we're having a little bumpy day around here, but it's all good. As we know, a lot of celebrities went, including our own Steve Harvey. African Focus Incorporated is an organization that I've been working with. So we have been back to Africa 4 times. In any case, one of the people we met there was one of West Africa's top radio personalities. He is a radio presenter, as they call them there, and he's a beloved afternoon drive personality on Silver FM. Levin C., welcome to the front page. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Levin C.?
A very good morning from the Movie Puma, the Queen.
I'm blessed. That is Santiman's favorite. That's your other nickname, right? I love and see this wildly popular air personality there in Kumasi. Did you talk to me about what you saw? I mean, for Year of Return, it seems like it was a huge success, but from your side of the water, how did it look?
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, some of us were amazed. And first of all, I want to say thank you to you, first of all, because if you remember, the last time we spoke somewhere last year, we were talking about super testing. At that time, the two of us did invite all African Americans to make a trip to Africa, as we did with your team. And we were saying this and speaking it from your show. And then it turned into a major concept of North Return. We had our brothers and sisters visiting, all coming in happiness, in all joy that they feel together. from this side of the world, coming in with all the steel around Christmas. It was amazing. It was mind blowing. We saw the likes of Steve Harvey, Cardi B was here, Ludacris was here, T.I. was here, Beyonce's mom, Tina was here, and a host of other guys. I mean, it was amazing. But the problem, if you ask me, was that all the attention was focused around Accra and the central region of Ghana, what you would call the coastal part of the country. So I'm thinking next time around, we need to explore some more and come to the countryside because there is a lot of culture to be shown for other existence on the diaspora, especially the Ashanti region. I mean, there's a whole lot of history that people need to see face to face, like you guys have seen and experienced. We know about the Yap and Swat, we know about the Ashanti and the rich culture of the Ashantis, we know where the mine are gold from, the diamond from, and up north there's so much that we need to know. So I'm thinking that the next time around, when we come on a visit like that, we need to explore and go beyond Accra and Cape Town. I think that's what we should be looking at. Otherwise, it was perfect. We had about 1 million people. I mean, there was the Afro Chella, there was the Afro Nation, and people came in, had fun, did enjoy the food, the language, and the glamour and the glitter went with the Christmas food. It was extraordinary.
We're being joined also right now on the phone with you, Levin C, by an actress. She was born in Virginia. She spent her childhood years in Panama, Central America, Richmond, Virginia, and East Coast and the South in the United States. And she speaks 6 different languages. She learned Spanish. She knows Mandarin, Chinese, French, Russian, and Latvian. She is an actress, a successful actress here in Southern California, appearing in the movie Black Panther, which was a huge hit. Carrie Burnance, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be on.
You are being inducted by the organization African Focus, which is an organization I work with, a nonprofit that's been bringing folks back to the motherland, and we did again for Year of Return last year. But the induction is where an African family adopts an African American family as a way of healing and in restoring our bond, our ties. Carrie, tell me how you've been impacted by Year of Return and how you're feeling about being inducted.
Actually, so I actually was inducted last year with my first year student experience, and I would say it was by far one of the most like phenomenal and emotional experiences because I feel that there is such a heavy tie that America has put on the distance of an African American person to an African person, and that it made it not feel like you were from Africa, although I know that was my blood, that's my motherland, and I so desire to travel there and to just experience the culture and everything. So going through the African focus experience, I was I was basically like baptized back into my motherland culture. I learned not only like the traditional food and um, traditions of food, but I was embraced by love. I understood more about the tradition of our culture, not what just what Americans sometimes see on TV of these starving kids and stuff, but knowing that we are royalty, we come from um, backgrounds that have names with meaning, and being given a name with a meaning was like something amazing. And it led me to going back to Ghana and a part of the year of return. And oh my God, I can tell you that I had chills and just crying for days to see to go through the door of no return. And to see what our ancestors built, to see that the the craziness of slavery and what it has done and stripped away so much, but to also go back and reclaim our land and reclaim our culture and open up new hearts that haven't been opened.
So Africa just really came, the motherland just really came and got a hold of you, Miss Burnett,
Yeah.
over the last couple of years. Okay, we're going to put you in Black Panther. Now we're going to take you and induct you into an African family, and now you're going for the year of return. That's a lot, right?
Yes, it was a lot. Yes.
Now you got another 25 languages you have to learn.
Yeah, it was cool though. When I was in Ghana, I definitely learned a couple of
couple languages now. I do need to practice, but it was great. And also, I really feel like a lot of Mexican people that spoke French and they spoke it differently than I spoke it, but it was great to learn their way. It was just it's such a beautiful experience, and it also just transforms your brain to like let you know like you have to go back to Africa. If you're African American, you have to see where your motherland comes from, regardless if you were never born there or not, associated with it or not. It is in your blood, and it's such a humbling, unique, and just like a different journey and experience. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend African Philippines because they really teach you a lot about yourself and it makes you really think. And then also just like you go on a learning journey that never stops.
I love that, the learning journey. But Shannon Morgo, the founder and CEO of African Focus Incorporated, is also on the phone. It's a nonprofit organization that I've teamed up with. We do the African Focus Trailblazers Tour that Love and See referred to. We've been to Ghana twice. Uchenna, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I love what Carrie said. That it's a learning journey. The learning journey happens on both sides of the pond, right? We have we have the dance contest coming up. We have the Goodwill Awards coming up. We have something coming up this weekend. All of these things are ways to sort of maybe make the year of return every year. Right?
Yes, it's quite interesting that, little more than 17 years ago when we began to organize the African Family Induction, which is a way of reuniting the diaspora with their continental African families. Now that we're beginning to see more excitement in the continent. And part of that is that we believe that African real progress will only start with the diaspora. We have to create an opportunity. We have to create an awareness that our people can feel more comfortable to carry Africa around. So, in the year of return, the Gulf return, or any other movement gearing towards bringing our people back to the continent, reuniting our people is just exciting for me and the organization. So, we still moved by all the attention now in Africa because Africa real progress economically, socially will only take place when the continent begins to reunite or embrace the diaspora. So I'm excited.
Love and See. You've seen people come and go. Certainly, you've seen us come and go with African Focus to the continent 4 times, twice to Ghana. Do you do you see this as a movement, or are you worried that this is just a fad and that African Americans and even Africans will be like, on to the next thing, and year of return will just be a forgotten trend?
Now, listen, Dominic, there was one African American doing so well in Kumasi, and I remember the very first time I met him, I'm talking about John Sutherland, and we were talking about making sure that we reunite our brothers and sisters from the diaspora to Africa. We started as something very minimal on the five side. But with what I'm seeing, it looks like the numbers are going up. I mean, the numbers are going up with regards to guys coming in from the diaspora to Africa, even before the major year of the return. So what I'm seeing is numbers are going up and people are really getting in touch with their roots. And I'm so happy that people like you are trying to take up in Los Angeles. And I hope that we see more numbers. But to sustain it, what I would say is that all of us, I mean, whatever trade that we find ourselves to, be as broadcasters, doctors, lawyers, once you step into Africa, wherever your field is, you step into that field and make sure you make an impact of it. That's how we can sustain it. If you're an architect, when you come to Ghana or to any African country, make sure you get in touch with the architect and collaborate, do something with them. And if you're a broadcaster, get in touch with the radio station or TV station. If you're a lawyer, get in touch with those who are in that fraternity. And try to, I mean, teach them what is meant that we have not been able to learn from outside of the world because we know you guys are very well exposed to, I mean, higher standards with regards to the education. So that's how we can sustain it because once you're able to form that bond, then we have a lasting impression and a lasting activity with regards to the year of the thing. What we are hearing now in Ghana is the year after the return. I mean, that's what is becoming a big topic about. The return after the year of the return, we should be looking at after the return. So that is what we are looking at. So we shouldn't just remind you that we should continue from where we left it. So what we see right now about. What we are not seeing is that collaboration between whatever we do in our trade and those of us down here in Africa. I mean, if you're the relatives, the best thing would be to just get in touch with a relative person, that kind of thing. If you're able to get that, I mean, we'll form a stronger bond and the crowd will be the limit. That's how I see it from my side.
Carrie Burnins, as an actress and someone who's really also immersed in the culture of Los Angeles and Hollywood, how do you see it? Do you see it as a trendy thing where, okay, year of return, we've been there, we've done that, that was so 2019? Or do you think this is a movement that's really going to raise consciousness? Because you know that as, artists and opinion makers, influencers, we do have a big impact on how this is viewed and whether or not it continues. Carrie, are you still there, Miss Burton? Ah, okay.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you. Yeah. So how do you see it? Trend or do you see it as a real movement?
I question myself to that as well, but I honestly think that it's more of a movement. I feel like our culture today is becoming more what's intentional. Trying to think of the right word, but I feel like everyone wants to dig deeper. They want to know where does something come from, why do people question certain things, and what am I? So if I'm African American, then I'm definitely African. Let me try and discover that out. So with like the rise of ancestry DNA, with 23andMe, with Black ancestry, just so many different things. People are digging deep into really understanding their culture. So I believe that this is something that's going to continue on past just this moment, and it's all really up to really people sharing their experience. Like I shared my experience, and I know 10 of my friends literally went to the year of return in Ghana in December.
Wow, that's amazing. So that's part of it, isn't it? I mean, that's one of the things that we've tried to do with the African Focused Trailblazer Tours is let people know, spread the word. We're good. The hood grapevine is alive and well. We know how to spread rumors, true and false. And so I think us, talking it up, chatting it up, and telling about our experience is really important. So I'm glad you're doing that, Carrie Burnins.
Thank you.
Uchenna, you've been doing this, as you said, with African Focus 17 years, but as, an African man who migrated to this country, who's married to an African American woman, I know you've been dealing with these issues much longer than that. How would you characterize this? You've seen it come and go, right? I mean, I think in the 70s it was trendy to go to Africa for Black people, and then we had like a 40-year gap. How do you see it? Do you see it as something that's building or something that's just something to do right now because it's cool?
Oh, no, it's cool. When the lights are out, the good news is the consciousness is there. We went from a period, like you said, now when people Africa, I don't know about it. Now people are talking about it. This is the highest unpaid advertisement for Africa. So the good news again is that people will begin to look into how do they connect economically, socially, but it's up to the government, up to the organizations in the continent to take it serious and create the courage for people to actually begin to be much more interested to other things going on in the continent other than just to visit for 2 weeks or 1 week and get their fun in the beaches and then come back home. So what is next? I hope and I pray because this is where we've been always working towards is to get people to connect more economically and politically and socially because Africa needs every need that they can get, every year they can get from the country, from the diaspora. So I don't believe this is, what is a great thing for the continent. Going from where people say, I don't know about Africa, I don't want to go to Africa. Now, the people in the entertainment industry have shown you can go to Africa at least. So hopefully that will open the door for people in the business sector, people in other areas to begin to take a second and serious look in Africa. And that will become the progress that we've all been waiting for in Africa. When the diaspora can team up with the continent, with their mass of information and knowledge, the sky is the limit how far Africa can go. And that's what Africa is waiting for. the diaspora coming back with the wealth of knowledge to help the continent rebuild and grow.
So we are, by the way, we're going back. We're going to South Africa this year and Zimbabwe. If you want to find out about the 2020 African Focus Trailblazers Tour, we're having a trip information meeting from 10 to 11 on Saturday at Queens. It's La Brea Plaza, 967 North La Brea, right here in Inglewood. If you want more information about the trip and you can't make the meeting on uh, Saturday at 10. You can call 310-676-7300, 310-676-7300. We are also going to be just going over the details of our trip and stuff. So if you're planning to come, you're already in, come on and get, find out some information. But Uchenna and Wargo, you sound like Levin C. You're the CEO of African Focus. He's a radio superstar in Ghana, and he's always saying, come back. He tells me this, come back, bring your expertise, be a part of building Africa and Africa Rising, which it truly is. And it's interesting, Love and See, because I think a lot of people here, Black people in the United States, think that Africans think that you guys are better than we are, or that, we'll be looked at as foreigners, as tourists only, or shown no love. And I found it to be quite the opposite. Do you think that your mindset of, come back, bring the knowledge that you have and bring it home to the motherland, do you think that your perspective is unusual, or do you think that's more common than we know?
Yeah, I have a feeling. I really have a feeling that if we are able to get some more exposure that you guys have, we could be doing major steps. But for now, I still believe that you guys are the time for this way to be making sure that you help us with the expertise to look at what country is doing at the moment, i.e. the art and everything. Even the preservation of our culture. It should be well documented. I'm sure when we came down to Ghana, it wasn't not of course that we need to properly document. There's a whole lot of fantastic resources in Africa, in Ghana, that we need to be working on. You came with about 40 people, and I'm sure the board will congratulations on that. So, and I pray that you come here again once again this year. But what I'm saying is, once you come in with 16, it's okay to go 5 go whatever you have on the plan, but we must just join the schedule and make that come and make sure that we do a follow-up on the things that we start. Because that's the only way. I see Africa as a future, like Kwame Nkrumah said some time ago, and like Martin Luther kept saying back in the day, Mandela said the same. It takes some time that we unite people of color and make sure we push this continent forward. Africa is the richest continent in the world, period. And we need to be making sure that we work out those resources to our advantage. Because, from what we're hearing from around the world, we all know what is happening. There's no clear that we need to make sure we collaborate and make sure we push Africa forward, people of color, make sure that we move the continent forward. There's a lot that we can do for this continent. Don't be surprised that we're able to put our forces together. Africa could be feeding the world maybe in the next 5-10 years. I'll not be surprised to see that if we put our act together very well.
Yeah, it's great perspective. It is true. It's kind of like it is like the bread basket of the world. If you think about it, Africa is so rich in resources, so rich in human resources, mineral resources, and agricultural resources, and yet we have this misconception of it as being impoverished. Carrie, I want to ask you, what was the biggest surprise for you traveling to Ghana? Something that you talked about the sort of stereotype of the starving children and such, but to just busting stereotypes. What was something that delighted you that you didn't expect?
That's a great question. I would say, wow, it was just, I don't know, everything was different. Everything was cool. It was, the country, like, Ghana is so big and it's so resourceful. It reminds me, because I've been to so many countries, and the culture is just so deep. Like, first off, when people carry stuff on their head, I thought that was pretty impressive that they do that from like a little kid all the way up. And I was like, what? Somebody teach me.
It's true. That's not a stereotype. That really happens. People practically got cars on their heads. There's just a lot.
Like, too. always like, man, our people are strong. But I think like just the beauty of the country, period, because we don't. I mean, of course, I look at the map, we're on map all the time, and I look at pictures, and you see South Africa, but you don't really see like West Africa, and you don't see the beautiful ocean, you don't see like the cliffs, you don't see, the homes and the people. You don't hear about the food. The food is incredible. So I just think it's just so much to just be felt and experienced by your feet alone. Like just just like I can't even describe it. I remember playing soccer with a group of um, young boys bare feet because I wanted to just touch the land with my feet, and it was just a beautiful experience. And then the universities were built so big and like intentional with every part of the design. So I think that honestly, like it is something to be seen and to be experienced. It's not saying that no country has no poor part because every country does. In America, I love downtown Los Angeles, we have homeless people. There's definitely a variety of mixed, like, scarcity of, like, lower class, middle class, high class, and all that in every country, especially even in Africa. But it's just, like, about the beauty of people. Everyone is so welcoming. They're so lovable. They say hello. They love, just like we love theirs. They're embracive. They're embracing you in and telling you more about the culture. So I think it was just a lot of, like, really amazing culture shock
Yeah.
that I needed to learn about my culture.
I love the beaches too. You mentioned that. No one ever mentions the beaches. Charles from 1-800 Unite Us, real quick. I wish we had another hour. Luciano, what would you leave us with this morning?
I would just say this. I'm excited and I'm happy that Africans and the diaspora is connected in a meaningful way, and I hope that it continues.
Hmm. Okay, and of course you're going to tell us to come out to Queens on Saturday.
Oh yes, I mean, we going. The reason why we do this part because we want this not to just be 1 year movement, uh, 1 year program. So by going to different African countries like this year, you already mentioned it was going to South Africa and Zimbabwe. I would ask people just come out. If you have never been before, you want to go back after many years now. This is an opportunity because we are doing it for the right reason. We are giving these people the opportunity. Go with the people you know. Be part of this whole program and learn as much as you can learn. Be exposed to your own heritage. Your forefathers fought for it. It is your right. So come on out on Saturday. Learn more how you can join us on this trip, which is going to be at 967 North La Brea, Queens, second floor, from 10 to 11.
Absolutely. Or AfricanFocus.org if you can't get in. 11C, what would you leave us with this morning?
Yes, we are happy that you guys came, and we're so proud that you came. We are keeping on to pray that you guys will out together and come home with the phone that is come home. There were some key mistakes that we are working on at the moment. I mean, there are one or two stuff that we have to work on with regards to filtering and the whole lot of other stuff. But we are okay. I mean, the next time you guys come, we should be fine. Because the payment is and everything. The other thing I think we should be looking at is leadership in Africa. I mean, we need to sustain this movement that we started. We need to re-energize it and sustain it because this is the future. The next time you guys come, I'm praying that you will invest in the women and the children. Those are the future responsibilities of the African continent and the world. Let's look at that. Let's look at the children and the women.
Thank you so much, Love and See. Well, we always do that. We always contribute to the schools and try to work with young people there. We got to go. Miss Carrie Burnens, thank you so much for joining with us and sharing your experience this morning.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right, let's hit this headlines.
And now, headlines for Higher Minds, a front page news brief with Dominique Dupre.
It's the 23rd of January, 2020. Jumbo, that means hello. After a Senate trial opening so contentious after nearly 13 hours that Chief Justice John Roberts told both sides to cool it, a weary Representative Adam Schiff was stating the obvious Wednesday when he admitted we're going to have tempers flare. The lawmakers reconvened later for the first substantive arguments in President Trump's impeachment trial. That is in the LA Times. The union representing the Los Angeles Police Department has contributed $1 million to defeat District